What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rimworld. Share, like, subscribe, you know the deal. I think let me see here. I think what we're gonna try to do in this episode is finish that southern wing. Try to see if there's some ways that we can kind of expedite what's going on with all of that slate uh, floor stuff. Because I'm getting tired of waiting on that to get done. I feel there's got to be something that can be done to kind of speed things up a little bit. Now, last episode, we left off with one of our caravans coming back, and I believe, if I remember right, we had some slate blocks that we brought back home. But getting those suckers cut is where sometimes it takes a long time to get stuff going. So I think that's what the focus of this video will be today. And this is what I'm talking about right here. This stuff right here. And we're not really that far away from having it done. But the reason this is kind of important is because I don't want to summon any more of those bad guy mechs until we have this stuff done. Because I just don't know really what's going to happen if I summon those things. Because those Apocrycrons, or whatever they're called, they're really... They can sometimes surprise you. Especially if one lands inside of the perimeter, you know. Lucked out so far because the majority of them, whenever I summon them, have always been on the outside. And as a result, my defense system here can, you know, take them out pretty quickly. But there's always that off chance that one of them might land like right in here or something like that. And if that happens, man, that's going to be a massive problem. So I don't really want to risk that unless I absolutely have to. Okay, so let's see here. Looks like we've got a few cutting some of those blocks. That's good. What's Anton doing? He's going to sleep. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you're staying warm. They had us come back to work today, and I called in. I didn't think that we should have been going back to work today. The roads where I live weren't really the best. But I did go and get some groceries just a few minutes ago, and whenever I drove on the roads, they looked like they were much better than they were. I think they should have let us stay home one more day. Plus, too, I've also had a little bit of like a cough thing going on lately. I don't know if it's from that super flu thing that I wound up with before my vacation, but like a sinus type of thing, I think. I've been coughing like crazy this morning. It's a little better now, but earlier this morning it was kind of sucking. Okay, so... Alright, so it looks like this is actually kind of moving along, which is good. Let's see here, though. We've got Tanya's taking some blocks up. We've got 20 right there. And over here, we don't have any slate. So that's an issue. Let's see here, we've got just under $5,000 of steel. We're doing really well on plasteel, and we're doing really good on uranium. So excuse me. I don't really want to have to put these things off limits, because the idea that I have kind of right now in my mind is that maybe I could turn these off, or, you know, make them off limits, that and focus attention to these deep drills that are slated to drill slate. But the thing is that I've got those other, I don't know if I unloaded them or not. I don't think I did. Looking at the yaks that came back just now from the ancient complex thing. Yeah, it almost looks like I maybe did unload them. Because I know that at least one yak had some slate blocks with him, or on him. Alright, man, since we have... Let's look at the fabrication people. They doing anything right now? Okay, so... I have about 500 components, and I believe that's the limit. Yeah, that's the limit that I set those to. So, I think I will temporarily turn off the steel deep drills here. Which I don't like doing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just for a while. And maybe that'll help encourage them to come over here and use these. Let's see what Bite does real quick. No, he's gonna go and eat something, I guess. But know that there's probably some more around here that I can turn off. In fact, I think I was hearing one. Silver. We need that right. Steel. Steel. A couple of these over here. Okay, so that's a pretty good number right there. Let's see if we can find some more, because I have a shit ton of those things all around here, man. And I do that on purpose because it just kind of speeds drilling up, you know? Okay. Here's some more here. Right there. That's the one. Now once we get done with the slate thing, we'll turn all of these back on. I'm just trying to speed that up. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. I mean, there's a few more here and there, I guess, but... Let me get these real quick. Alright, good. We'll roll with that and see how that shakes out. I mean, I have a hell of a lot of people focusing more on drilling, so I know that just preventing access to those will help out a lot. Wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some of them jump on that right now, even. Hopefully. But once I get done, I can actually probably start working on it now. Well, okay. I was thinking to myself just now that I could start working on the first hydroponics basin right here in this section. But then that's going to draw steel, and because I turned off those deep drills for the steel, I don't want to push my luck here, so I'm just going to go ahead and let them get done with this stuff first, and then we'll figure stuff out after that. one thing I could do, I don't know why I didn't think of this. Let me see here. So let's look at our plan here. It's 14 and 2. Might help out a little bit if I can get one built. And wait a minute. I think did I screw up? Oh, no. Okay. So if they can get those built, that might speed up some of the bots. At least that's the idea that I have. What I need to do, though, is find somebody who's really good at construction and then have them specifically focus on these. Let's see if we can find somebody here. Construction 14, he's not bad. Yeah, go ahead and have him work on that. Yeah, Sandra, is she okay? 10. Rosa. Okay. Have those installed in the other wings, and as soon as I did that, those bots did wind up speeding up a little bit. It's not a whole lot, but it does help out a little bit. You can kind of see the difference between their movement speed before and after. They kind of move faster and they plant stuff a little quicker. So I'm hoping that obviously translates also to construction, which I'm assuming it does. Watch them get done with everything, though, before I have those things built. Isn't that how it goes? Good, we finally have some movement down here with that. Good, making progress. Look at our little workers frolicking. You know, at some point this game almost feels like SimCity at times. became an adult. Alright. Great memory. Why would anybody choose psychopath? I don't get that. Sometimes I sit here and I whenever these things come up where so-and-so's become an adult, and I get to this screen, I'm sitting here looking at some of the options sometimes, and there's always like the psychopath or the pyromaniac or, you know, some of those other things, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, why on earth would anybody ever choose something like that? Ooh, we have another night owl too. That's cool. So this is Flint. Okay, let's see if we can find him down here. This almost gets to a point to where it's almost unmanageable. And you would think that they would give you a way to alphabetize these people on the screen, but they don't. It's infuriating. Okay, well, I don't know where in the hell this kid is, man. Flint, where are you? Flint. Come here, buddy. Here he is. Looks like for the most part we got a decent... what are we gonna do with him? We'll put him on ag detail. Some growing, plant cutting. Yeah, I think just plant or detail. So it looks like he's already on the right, good. And now we need to give him a night owl schedule. Oh, looks like he's already got. Okay, good. And sign. Anything in here that we need to do? Try to keep everybody off of drugs in my colony, simply because it always winds up being a hassle if you let them start, you know, getting high all the damn time and stuff. They'll get on these benders and everything, and it's, I hate messing with it, man. Normally I don't put up with that in any situation. The one situation where I do is in the case of like someone like Nabs, and I'll show you who this person is. She is a badass. She's one of my main people whenever it comes to shooting and melee. A 20 double passion and an 18 single passion, I guess. And she's also pretty awesome at construction too. But this woman, she's one of those, I guess Hussar, is that how you pronounce that? And so she's got to have that go juice stuff, otherwise she'll die or whatever. So that's really, and I'm not even like that with every type of Hussar xenotype, I guess. Unless they show promise like she did, because whenever she first came to our colony, she was really high on shooting and melee. And I told myself, well, that would be an awesome person to have if push ever comes to shove and we get raided or something. So that's really the only time I ever try to be lenient about things like drug use. camera is on it. One done. Looks like they found the slate blocks. I don't know where they were. Steel. Ah, there we go. Uh-oh, where was that? I heard the thing get killed. I always try to pick them up too whenever they do that, because they tend to kind of forget about them and leave them there, and then they rot, and then they create that lung rot disease for the other livestock. Let me somewhere real quick. Yes. Install this one. Somewhere. Okay. Where's the deaded? Seeing it. Good. Oh shoot! I don't know. I know I heard the freaking thing get slaughtered. I wonder if they took it maybe to the freezer. I'm hoping they did. Knowing me though, I'm probably looking at it right in front of me and I just can't see it, you know. And of course it'll eventually rot and create all sorts of problems. Oh well, I'll live with it. can get some of these kids to pick some of the stuff up. So we got this one to load, this one. This is just 2 more. You guys might see some action here in a second, man, because I'm gonna shoot those off to the Hoosh land, and if I can get them to come over and attack us, and maybe get some prisoners to sacrifice to that rip scanner thing. Here's the slate. Alright, there we go. Let's see what we got here. Let's just make one last confirmation here. Ready for launch, ready for launch. Yes, yes. Alright, here we go. Goosh, here we come. All right. Bing, bada, boom. Whee! I'm hoping this draws them out to attack us now. I'm betting something will happen here before too long. Because I think this is about the 3rd or 4th time now that I've done this and they haven't reacted. Boom. Alright guys, bring it on. What I wish these things did was stack. You know, I wish their effect stacked, because that'd be really awesome. Because then, then you'd have them all going really, really fast. Because these, I love these bots, man, but they take forever to build stuff. That's the only bad thing about bots or mechs. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is have Gabs, well yeah. Because she's a really awesome builder. She's one of our founders. She's at 12. So it won't take her very long to get that built. Ah, there he is. Vinka. Oh shit. Let's see if we're good. I knew I heard one. Any others? I don't think there's any others. Don't want those things to rot, man. I think this is a mission animal. Looks like we're gonna be loading it up here before too long too. 15 hours. Can't remember what the prize was. Let's see here. Best active. Let me see. Keeping checkers, I think is. Oh, just an honor, I guess. Which is cool, I guess, you know. I always try to take those missions where someone or something is suffering from that paralysis thing, because those are always easy to do, and sometimes the reward can really be worth it. Good job, Gabs. Gabsky poo. I just need to get the rest of the slate tile installed, and then we'll be looking pretty damn good. Alright. Where is that mega sloth? Oh, it's over here. We're not looking too shabby. Animals are fed. We've got plenty of chem fuel. Got plenty of food. And for the most part, everything's pretty well managed, I think. Barring some sort of calamity, like a stupid meteorite landing right in here. That would not be fun. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay. Let's get this moved. Let me see here. Where should I? I hate to move it all the way up there. I'm gonna put it over here, I think. a little more within access. So, because if I moved it all the way up there, I'd have to have everybody walk all the way up there. And one of these, well, maybe right here. I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll tap into that source, but for now I'm just going to put it up there. Alright, Koosh. You freaks. Come and attack me. I need to make some fabric ores, man. I wish there was a better way to make those. Instead of having to sacrifice people just to get some sort of weird chip. Ugh. Alright, so we've got these things built. Need a few more pieces of tile, and then we'll be delivering the mail. Ooh. Uh-oh. I think somebody's going after that mega sloth. Get him, Anton. And that is where I draft Anton. You do not want to get taken out by one of these guys, man. Those sloths, I mean. Good job, Anton. Our pet cobra. Take care of this real quick. What is it? Steel? Yeah, we'll put it right here. Damn, I'm half tempted to just let them keep using that since it's drilling down to slate, but I think we're doing okay over here. These two right here, I leave specifically so they have slate, and that's one reason that I actually left these here, because they're right by our stonecutter stuff. It has been forever since I've had one of those orbital traders come around. I can't even remember the last time I had one of those bulk traders come around. Even the one on ground, the foot travel one or type, I haven't seen in a long time. It's really infuriating too, man. I have so much stuff that I'd love to just unload. Like all of these furs and things. I would love to sell some of that crap, man. Now I've got a bunch of old clothes that I could get rid of too. Nobody wants to come trade with me. You see, look, it's even beginning to kind of like pile up in my freaking butcher room place. I don't have any more space for this stuff, man. I suppose I could maybe make another storage place over here, because this is just kind of vacant. I haven't really done anything with that, and I've got plenty of space where I can make some more buildings and stuff if I really wanted to. I just didn't. I never thought I'd get to that point though, where I'd have to worry about storing freaking skins and stuff or furs, textiles, because early in the game you have those bulk traders coming around in orbit all the time. I think early game they usually come around at least once a year, sometimes even more than that. But the later on in the game you get, poof, it's like I don't know. It's almost as if your planet like drifted away or something from society. Insane. And I sometimes try to make up for that by going down to this place called Key Caspis or whatever it is. It's south of my colony, trading on foot, but it takes about it's 4 days round trip, I think, to mess around with that stuff. And I just, to get down there, you've got to load up all of your yaks and everything, and I just don't feel like messing with it, man. I keep holding out, thinking that sooner or later one of these traders will come around, but it doesn't seem to happen very often. Okay, so I heard a yak or something get taken out. Ooh, what do we got here? This might be better than nothing. Speak of the devil. Okay, onion partners. That's kind of funny. All right, onion partners. Let's see here. Who do we have in the area? Elena? Nico? Rosa? We'll stick with Elena, I guess. Or maybe Omar. Is it? I think it's social, right? That helps you with trades. Yeah, I think it's social. Ooh. Use Peck. Hopefully these people have at least some guns or something that's worth buying. I could use some more of those charge rifles. Ooh, got some components. Take those. Medicine, take that. Ooh, 50. Ooh. Oh, well, I better be careful. I need to figure out what I might be able to sell them. Gold if need. I don't like using these. That just makes it math. Don't really need any more of these either. I'll hang on to this stuff for the time being, I think. I don't think it. It's here. Monosword. Plasma sword. Wouldn't mind having that. Or at least one of them. Charge rifles? Of course. No charge rifles. Gosh darn it. Wait a minute. We've got charge lance. You know, I don't know if I ever use those. Pulse charge rail assisted lance weapon. It fires a single shot at high velocity, charging it with unstable energy as it leaves the acceleration rail. Okay, but are they worth a shit? Damage is 30. What's the charge rifle? 15? Look. I suppose it takes probably longer though, right? To reload or something like that. Great, I'll take one. Why not? Okay, there's that. Anything else in here might want? Grenades, Molotovs. Really. At some point, I'm gonna wind up trying to invest in making some I don't normally buy armor unless I'm just trying to desperately, I don't know, give my people some armor in the in a quick time, you know. I don't really have any use for gold other than to just sell it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sell that. I don't know if there's really much else that I need though, man. I've got some bio-coated rifles that I wish I could sell. I mean, they're just kind of sitting in my storage. I don't really know what to do with it unless I think there's a way that you can. Actually, some of you guys, let me know in the comments. Is there a way that I can get rid of bio-coated weapons that I don't need? I think I remember trying to look that up on the those furnace things or whatever they're called, things that burn stuff up. I thought I tried to look that up one time, but I couldn't figure it out. Okay, I think this is all we're gonna do, man. It's kind of lame because I'm spending a lot of money buying that stuff, and I don't really technically need any of it, but components are always welcome, though. Back to that thing here. Yeah, these things right here. Crematoriums. I'm wondering if there's a way for us to burn up bio-coated weapons. I know that you can obviously burn weapons, but can you burn bio-coated weapons? Yeah, I guess you can, can't you? But how would I do that without... I don't even know what the hell a bio-coated weapon really is. Let's do this. Let's nix that. Don't worry about that. And one thing I always try to do. Let me see something here. Learned long ago that this can sometimes help with lag. You adjust this just right. I'm gonna assume that that's good range here. Let me see here. Yeah, how am I supposed to know if it's... We'll just say 75, I guess. I'm hoping that covers my weapons room here. But anyway, I've got some of these bio-coated weapons here that I've never really been able to figure out what to do with, and it looks like that might take care of that. But I need to figure out more about bio-coating. I kind of wonder if that means maybe you can like set a weapon to basically be associated with one person. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But like I said, let me know in the comments if you do know anything about that. Maybe colonists can't even bio-code their stuff. I just don't know. But I've got a pretty good number of charge rifles here. I need to start reassigning those because at some point somebody will probably wind up wanting to attack us. Might do that offline. Now, if only I could just get one of those damn bulk traders to come into orbit. That would be awesome. Ah, there it is. Okay. Who can I get to take that? Yeah. I wish when they slaughtered an animal, they would immediately take it to a freezer. It's so annoying whenever you have to kind of hold their hand, making sure that they're doing their jobs correctly. are making progress, though. That's good. This area is coming close to being done. As far as the slate goes, you know. Somebody would take care of those friggin' blocks. I'm betting I need to... I think I know what I'm going to do there. I'm betting those blocks are not in one of the zones that maybe some lifters or something have. Let me see here. Let's look at this. So outside perimeter, workshop detail. Oh, but the ag detail is there. Or it's in the ag detail. I don't know what to do. Let's look at the next. Lifters. Envelope. Marble chunk, that means that they'll put it down here, I think. But just for the time being, they're all blocks. Stone blocks there, except for slate. Okay, so there's that, and I know the ag detail would. Because what I'm trying to figure out here, I don't want to tweak any of these zones if I don't have to, because that's when you start really fouling up some stuff. But the thing is that I'm trying to remember if any of my ag people are allowed to haul things. I want to believe that they are. Like here is Ice. Let's look at him. Ice. Yeah, see, he's allowed to haul. So I wonder if maybe... No, he's eating. I think we'll just leave it there for now. Not worry about it. Usually these Brumbos take care of a lot of that type of stuff where they haul things. The problem with them, though, is that they're not allowed to go into the storage space. So I think this is what I'll do. Let's temporarily allow the outside perimeter into there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Just temporarily. Let's see. Can't tell if it's a. I can't tell if somebody maybe put one of those blocks on the shelf or not, but. That real quick. Yeah, I think somebody. Yeah, it looks like they put one of the blocks on the shelf. Oh well. Anyway, the thrombo now will be able to go in there and take care of that, I think. Through time. It might take them a while to get to it, but I think they'll eventually get it. Okay. That way I don't have to change the zones around. So zones, man, they're a pain in the rear. Start fiddling around with your formula. You can really kind of do your colony some damage. And it's a creeping doom too, because you'll make one little tweak to a zone and you'll think to yourself, well, okay, everything's fine, because you're not seeing the implication of whatever it is that you've done. And then, like, after about 5 days or something, you realize that you no longer have any food. or your boomalopes aren't being fed, or some other kind of crap, you know. So and so far, man, my formula here with my zones, it's far from perfect, but it's been doing really good lately. And I really do not want to change it if I don't have to. I'm kind of disappointed in the Koosh faction. I was expecting them to come and raid me. Lazy assholes. What have I got to do to piss them off? I've whipped their ass so many times. I kind of think they're like, no, let's not fuck with them. Because every single time they've come over here, man, I completely stomp them. Also wound up with a few colonists from capturing them too. So, somebody did a slaughter. Idea which one? Where? And of course, whenever they kill them, they just kind of walk off. Drives me bonkers, man. I mean, from a common sense standpoint, you imagine being on a colony on some distant planet, and you're just kind of walking around slaughtering your cows or livestock and walking away. Call me crazy, but I know at least I wouldn't be doing that. I'd haul it off immediately to the freezer or butcher it up right there and then. That's the funny thing about games anymore. It's like I mean, I guess you can't really expect it to be perfect. I get that, but I don't know, man. You would think that there would be some sort of like logic or mechanic or something in there that would say, okay, look, whenever somebody slaughters a thing, take it to the closest freezer or something, you know, something like that. Or maybe give you a UI type thing that at least lets you highlight your dead livestock. I'm gonna have to wait until they all wake up before I'm able to see it. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna end this video here, man. little over an hour. Kind of disappointed because I was expecting the Koosh people to come out and try to give me some attitude, but I guess it's just gonna have to wait on that. But we made some progress here. We're just about done with the slate stuff. Excuse me. And when I get done with the slate tile here, what I'm going to do next is start building these growing basins. I'm going to put four here, and then I'm going to decommission or deconstruct these and move them over a tile, which is kind of nitpicky, I know, but I like to keep things like in a certain kind of uniformity, like I've tried to do over here. And by the way, in retrospect, I kind of regret doing things the way that I've done in these others, because if I could have moved in retrospect, if I could go back in time and move these over one block, that would make it easier to kind of walk around back here. But you know, like I said, it's minor stuff. But yeah, whenever we come back in the next episode, we're gonna work on that, work on those growing basins, and then once I'm done making those growing basins, I'm gonna start trying to take on some more of those bad mechs by summoning them to my colony, and then grabbing those chips and working on those atomizer things. So anyway, we'll leave that at this point, and share, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I guess we'll just see you in the next video. So take care.